The sexual needs of a woman, how to understand her desires in a modern world such as we live in today. That is the subject of our discussion. The modern woman is a multifaceted one with myriads of roles and responsibilities. First, she's a caregiver and a partner. She's also a professional woman, as also being her own having her own individuality, which means she has her own set of values and perceptions even before marriage. So all these things come into play whenever we are discussing a woman's sexual needs. So it's much more than just the physical act. In this edition, we are going to look at it more comprehensively on, in a broader perspective, so that we get to understand who the woman is and what she is capable of bringing to the table, and also how to also make her become the best she can ever be, so that we can all enjoy a wonderful and fulfilling marital life. Once again, my name is Felix Okeke. I am your marriage counselor and coach. This is Marriage Without Tears channel. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so immediately. Look at this red button by my side. Just click on it and get subscribed and become part of this awesome family. The very first area I want us to look at is her emotional well-being. Her emotional well-being has to do with her relationship with her spouse. Whether there is trust in the relationship, whether there is a lot of joy in the relationship, whether there is empathy, compassion, kindness flowing from that relationship, whether there is a lot of intimacy working in that relationship. What is her relationship with her spouse? Is he such a spouse that is always welcoming, or is he the kind of spouse that takes things for granted? I have seen so many husbands who don't care about the well-being of their spouses. Even when she enters the home after a hard day's work, you are not there to please. You can't even please her by the words that come out of your mouth. But just a simple, darling, how was your work today? I hope it has not been too stressful. I know that you are putting a whole lot of diligence in the work you do these days. Please, I want you to know that I really appreciate you, and God will honor you. Words like that, words that are alive and wonderful, that can quicken the heart of a person, can make all the difference in her emotional well-being. Good words are better than any money you can give her. Good words, quality words, character that you display around her in moments like this is very important. So things you say and do that gives her a certain level of calmness in order to enjoy a physical intimacy. So the emotional connection is very, very important. As a man, you need to know how to be fully and emotionally connected with your spouse, because that is what forms the bedrock of intimacy. Emotional connection, very, very important. The second thing I want us to look at is what we call foreplay. To most people, foreplay is something that happens just before sexual intercourse. But I want to tell you that foreplay is far deeper than that. Foreplay has to do with a whole lot about the relationship, the intimacy level, how you woke up in the morning, the interactions you had, how you prepared her heart even while going to work, the kind of feeling she has concerning you even at workplace. Sometimes you send a text to her. Sometimes you may just send a call, get her, affirm her. There are things you do that keeps her mind at ease, keep her mind warmed up to you, keep her mind expectant to be in your arms, in your warm embrace. These are what we mean by foreplay. Foreplay is the entire relationship, the kind of emotional well-being, the kind of words and actions that go throughout the length and breadth of the relationship. That is what we mean by foreplay. So foreplay is not just something you do during the sex act. Foreplay is a whole broader spectrum, really. So you must begin to look at it from that dimension if you must get that woman to actually become what you desire her to be. The kind of words and the kind of feelings you exhibit before your spouse can make her eat from the palms of your hands, even if she's a beauty queen. Every modern woman needs foreplay. The kind of foreplay that you do even when she's at a distance from you. One or two things you say will get her, her mood and everything worked up to the level whereby there's a growing passion, a desire in her to have you, to be in your arms. So foreplay is much more than what you do just before sex. Foreplay is the entire relationship. You must begin to look at foreplay from that perspective. Because what you do in the home, how you talk, how you minister to your spouse, how how empathetic or compassionate you are to her own, how accommodating you are, they are all encompassed in what we call foreplay. So if you are in a relationship with a modern woman, either as wife or simply as a partner, then you must understand that she values foreplay more than anything else. And it goes beyond just before sex. It's the entire relationship. The third thing I want to talk about is your communication skill with your spouse. Are you difficult in communication? Are you someone that always want to be pleased instead of pleasing someone? Are you someone that always want to protect your turf instead of opening up and allowing your woman to feel free and even be vulnerable in your arms? Are you the kind of person that is restrictive, always trying to correct your wife, making her feel inhibited? She cannot actually open up. I have seen women who could not open up to their spouses, but when they got a boyfriend, they became wild like animals in the arms of their boyfriends. It does happen. And it is because you have not allowed her that level of vulnerability. Every woman wants that, and so also men. So really, a woman becomes better sexually and in her sexual disposition when you allow her to be herself. So if you have to be effective in your relationship with the modern woman in the area of sex, because one of her deepest needs is a man who knows how to empathize, how to take her own sides, how to actually appreciate her true value, how to affirm who she is, how to understand and appreciate the roles and the responsibilities she's bringing to the table, how she undertakes her role as a woman and as a partner. She needs a man who understands that, and you must be able to communicate that. You must be able to communicate that. Most men don't communicate that. Most men take it for granted. Most men will feel agitated if the woman says, I'm not interested tonight. I don't want to have sex. I just want to relax. Some people get agitated. Some people get crawled up on the inside. They begin to, think it's all about, it's all about you. You must also, as a man, look out and look at that woman and know that this is a vessel that has her own life also, that needs to be appreciated, that needs to be taken care of, so to speak. So the way you communicate matters a whole lot to the woman out there. It matters a whole lot, and it has a whole lot of things to do with her sexuality as a woman and how she's able to render herself to you in the place of intimacy. Very important. Your capacity to be creative in love, your capacity to be versatile, your capacity to have different methods of expressing your love to her. It makes all the difference. You need to be creative in the way you actually love her. The way, if you are fond of sending flowers all the time, sometimes you may take another route and say, okay, let me see if I can, get her interested with a getaway. We just check away, get out of town, book ourselves in a hotel and enjoy a weekend. There are things you do. Be creative, be versatile. It could be a walk in the evening. It could be simply holding her hands, and just taking a stroll. It could be something like, on a weekend, both of you driving off to wherever you desire to go and have a good time, away from the kids and all. There has to be a lot of creativity and versatility in the way you express yourself for that woman. Women love that. But if a woman, whatever, if a woman is able to predict you down to the last I and down to the last T, no, it's not exciting. Most people have ended their, most people have ended a blossoming love affair because there's no creativity and there's no versatility. And that is why many women who started their lives as passionate lovers, after a period of time, they get tired of the whole thing and they want to check out of the relationship because there's no creativity. So as a man, as a woman, you need to know what creativity in love means. Be versatile. Know how you express yourself as lover. If you're a man, you have to take note of this because it makes all the difference in the life of a woman. The sixth thing I want to point out is your capacity to respect her boundaries. Most men don't do that. A woman's sexual needs means allowing her also to have her own boundaries, to respect her boundaries, so that anytime she wants to be at ease, allow her. Anytime she wants to express an opinion, allow her. When we checkmate the freedom of our spouses, we end up getting far lower than we actually expected. We don't get their response. Their response are not always that positive. So the sexual needs of a woman allows for you as the man to respect her boundaries, to hear her, not just with your ears but with your heart, to actually understand what she's feeling per time and to empathize with those feelings and be able to respect yourself even as you are respecting her. But I have seen so many men beat up their wives when all the woman needed was, can you just hear me out? Can you just listen to me? I mean, I have seen so many women walk out of the relationship. Some even have committed suicide because their husband didn't have an ear for them. He doesn't listen. He doesn't respect their perspective. He doesn't respect their opinion. He is not aware of the kind of virtue that they brought into the union in the first place. And he doesn't want to respect that. When you do that to a woman, you undermine her sexuality. Learn how to respect those boundaries. If at any point in time you want to have sex and she says, no, I am tired, darling, I just want to have a nap, don't feel agitated. Don't feel as if the world has come down. Don't feel agitated. Some people will groan on the inside and feel rejected and dejected, and then they feel pained on the inside and they begin to talk all manner of ways that are negative onto the woman. No. A woman is an individual with her own set values. Allow her to warm up. Allow her to be herself. Allow her emotions to actually meet yours at the middle. Allow that. There are areas of conversation she doesn't want to, engage in. And you discover that anytime you bring up that discussion, she's always agitated. Why don't you cut that area off? Some women, anytime you talk about the relationships they had that didn't go well, they cramp up. They become very angry on the inside, and for the whole day you may not see their good side. So why bring up such a thing if you discover that is her no-go area? So just your capacity as a man to respect a woman's no-go area can weaken her sexuality and make her become fully trusted and warmed up into you because she knows you have a capacity to respect those boundaries. It's very important. The final thing I want to say tonight is that one of the greatest desires, sexual needs of a woman sometimes is to be left alone. To allow her time to ease, to self-care, allow her time to appreciate her individuality, allow her time to actually be herself. Sometimes there may be time when a woman may decide to just keep silent, keep to herself, when she may not need all the caressing and all the romantic overtures and all that. There are times like that. There are times when she's overwhelmed by a lot of activities around her that she needs just a time out. If she wants to be left alone, to be able to meditate on the inside, to be able to, connect with some certain things about herself, let her be. When you allow her that quietude, when you allow her that time of aloneness, she comes out more rejuvenated. She comes out more revived. And if you discover that anytime she comes out from that aloneness, that she feels agitated, then you need to step in and find out why. But if you discover that after a period of meditation, some people practice yoga, some people just close the door and just be alone in the room. If you discover that she wants to take out 30 minutes, 1 hour to just be alone, let her be alone. My wife does that sometimes. She comes back from work and she just heads to the bed. Darling, please come. No. I just want to be left alone. I just want to relax. Oh, go on and relax. Because the reality is, a relaxed person, when she comes out, becomes a better person. I want you to always practice that. If you want to quicken your wife's sexuality, Now, I want to let you know as a whole, really, the woman is a complex individual because she, like I said earlier, she plays a lot of roles. She's a mother, she's a wife, she's a career woman, she's an individual. Some of them are also holding wonderful positions in their places of worship, leading all manner of fellowships, doing all manner of things, really. So, and all these things, take a toll on who she is as an individual, because she must express herself in all these dimensions. But a man who understands how to honor her and how to elevate her and how to affirm her and how to make her feel that she's the best there is can always make her, feel good, can always, elevate her sexuality. Very important. If you're a man and you really know how to elevate your wife's sexuality, even though you may be as ugly as a chimp, you can make such a beauty queen eat from the palms of thy hands. I thank you for taking our time to listen to this edition, and I look forward to seeing you next week. But before you check out, please look at this red button by my side, click on it, get subscribed, and let's do this next.